Hey everybody, David here, and today I'm going to talk about Stranger Things Season 3. The new season dropped on Netflix this past Thursday, July 4th. Happy Independence Day, or belated Independence Day to all you Americans out there. I celebrated Canada's Day, which was on Monday of that week. And yeah, Stranger Things is back. I'm very happy about it. I binged it in 2 days, and I'm finally talking about it. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this season from the start. And I was actually surprised at the kind of tone they were setting because to me, they added a lot more humor in this season, which I was really surprised about because the first two seasons are very creepy and eerie and scary at times. Not for me, but like for kids, I guess it could be pretty intense. Um, so I was surprised with the amount of humor we got this season, and that's not a bad thing. I think the humor made it feel fresh in a sense. Hopper, I cannot tell you. Every time he was reacting to Will and Elle, I was laughing my ass off. I really enjoyed that interaction with all the characters personally. Hopper being the overprotective father, obviously, to Elle, and even his relationship with Winona Ryder's character, whose name is escaping me right now. Yeah, I really love the characters there. The kids are just as enjoyable as they were in the first two seasons. It is weird seeing them a little bit older and taller now. Like you can see that, yeah, it's been 3 years because they've grown so much, man, and it's crazy. Um, Seeing how a lot of the kids have evolved with Elle and Will now in a relationship. Not Will, Mike in a relationship. Will is actually struggling and maybe because they don't really get back at that. They kind of touch on it in one of the earlier episodes that he's not interested in girls, and they don't really get back to it on that afterwards. So, is he just someone that's young at heart, or were they implying that he was gay? I don't know. It doesn't matter, but I just kind of wish they would have. But I guess when you're that age, you're still discovering yourself anyway. So maybe he just didn't really know if he was or not. But yeah, I really liked that angle. I liked Lucas and Max, and obviously Lucas and Mike are kind of they have these girlfriends and they're having their girlfriend problems because the girls are like saying maybe we should break up with these two and just live our lives. And I like how Max and Elle became friends in this season and were hanging out a lot more because that was something that I was kind of disappointed by in the last season. I liked season 2 a lot. I was probably one of the people that maybe liked it even more than season 1. And a lot of people were like, I didn't like, not a lot of people, I didn't like how Elle mistreated Max. Even in the final episode, we don't really get a handshake or anything after she misunderstood that Max was not flirting with Mike. So to see them hang out a lot more, there was still when they first interacted, there was that hesitation at first from Max, but then seeing that she just wanted to make a new friend, I thought that was really cool, and I did like their buddy-buddy relationship. And the boys hanging out, showing how the typical, boys hanging out was how different that was from girls hanging out. It was cute. It was a lot of cute stuff going on there. But some of the best stuff this season wasn't with those kids. It was actually, I think, with Dustin and Steve. Once again, Dustin and Steve unite, and they are joined by Robin, who is a new girl in the show who works with Steve at the ice cream parlor in the mall where the show that's the show's centerpiece this season is the mall. And Erika eventually joins in on the fun. Erika is Lucas's sister, and we got Russians involved. and shit goes crazy. But I'm gonna tell you, Dustin, Steve, Robin, and Eureka were my favorite things this season. I could not believe how much great interaction there were with those four characters. I loved it, and I was actually rooting for Steve and Robin to get together because I'm like, yes, Steve has a new girlfriend now. He's moving on from Nancy, and he's gonna get into a relationship, and then there's a huge twist, which kind of broke my heart for Steve. So, don't worry, Steve. There's still plenty of more fishes in the sea. But I'm glad they actually still could be friends, despite the fact that maybe they won't move forward with a relationship. Spoiler alert. Maybe I should put spoilers up. And yeah. So I really like that storyline that went on. I'm glad we brought that guy back who was investigating the town in season 2, and then Nancy and Jonathan went to go see him, and he got them to realize their feelings for each other. I'm glad he came back, and he did the same thing for Hopper and for Winona Ryder. I thought that was really funny. The monster was really cool to have back, and I like how they integrated Billy into the story, played by Dacre Montgomery. It was great having him back again and having even more of an important role this season, I think, because he's working with the monster. And I like how as you get towards the end of the season, you start learning more about Billy and his past, and you start getting a little bit more sympathy for him because of what happened in his past and what kind of tortures he had to go through, pain he had to go through. I think they could have added a little bit more to that, because Billy's done so much bad that I feel like I still felt like we needed a little bit more of a redemption from him. But by the end, I mean, he does do an ultimate sacrifice type of thing. So I thought it was really handled pretty good. Pretty good. Not the best. I think they could have added more. But for what it's worth, I thought it was fine. Final thoughts? Is there a final thought? Oh, Jonathan and Nancy. I guess I should talk about them. They were, I don't know, they were kind of my least favorite part of the season. First they were at work and they were trying to prove to their bosses that they could, do work, and I don't know. It was something that that was my least interesting storyline of the season, I'll admit. Which is funny because I really liked their storyline the last 2 seasons. But this season it kind of let me down. I didn't hate it, but it was my least favorite. As you can see, I can't even recall too much about what happened in their storyline. But it was fine. It was fine. For all it's worth, I think this was a really solid, fun season. I would rate it an 8.5 out of 10 in total. So, yeah, there wasn't one of those episodes like in season 2 when 11, I think it was like episode 7 of season 2, where she went off on her own and did her own thing. There wasn't any episode like that, this is my least favorite. Like, all the episodes combined, I really enjoyed. The whole season just went by, and it was great. So, there you go, guys. That was my review for season 3 of Stranger Things. I'm hoping for season 4 they give us something. In the final episode, they do have an end credit scene that teases on what else is to come. So I am looking forward to season 4. Hopefully they give it to us sooner rather than later. Like, come on, guys, let's aim for October now. They did make a deal about meeting at Thanksgiving or Christmas. And, that's by the end of the year. Let's try to get a season out ASAP. I don't know. I don't want to wait too long. Unless you want to give it to us next summer. I don't mind a summer season again. We'll see. So, Netflix, hurry up. Until then, guys, I hope you guys like this video. Please share your comments. I want to know what everybody thinks about Stranger Things Season 3. Because Yeah, I want to know. So with that being said, like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.